Nielsen Ratings is a show just for you. We talk film, TV, both old and new. We discover new things, our tastes get broader. So here's the show's host in no particular order. Rachel's arrived, she's making a stand. It seems like world domination is her ultimate plan. And he's a little rough, he's a little caustic. Call him what you will as long as it's not toxic. Stupendous gonna judge you on your sense of cool by asking you what your favorite Mexican food. Northern Bustard and Spider Elm say hello. It seems like everybody wants to be on this YouTube show. Run by Lance who drinks cappuccino. Everybody thinks he looks like Quentin Tarantino. So come on in and join the Nielsen Ratings. It's a show that you've all been anticipating.
Hello. If you've been following the channel, you will know that the behind the scenes for the film that I did with Mauler, aka Callum Edmonds, and Wil Johnson, aka The Critical Drinker, the behind the scenes video dropped today. And yeah, it's I've got into an interesting conversation with somebody, in which I'm going to get into shortly. But yeah, so thanks for the fantastic response to it. Had a lot of really nice positive comments, and then I've also had somebody come after Drinker's Blood, but you know, I've got into dialogue with them, so it's quite entertaining to see the lengths that people will go to make their point. Let me bring in my panel. My regular co-host is here this week, Stupenzolicious.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Good.
Yes. What's happening? I'm in Mexico, Texas, even.
Same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. rachelpearcyart is here. Meow.
Hello.
Hello. Meow. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. That almost sounded southern. I'm doing all right. Almost.
There's a reason for that.
Oh yeah, that's because you're southern. You should have heard my American accent last week when I was doing 12. Was it not 7 Magnificent Egos? Fun times. Well, we'll talk about that shortly. Blue Collar Loser is here for a change.
I know it happens.
Yeah, and and sans beard as well. Look at that.
Honey, this is so good, Evan Williams.
So before we get into our weekly show, basically we talk about stuff that we predominantly want to recommend, although, you know, under the auspiciouses that Alien Earth might have been good, we did actually get into that as well. Unfortunately, it turned out to be another acolyte, but there we are. It weren't great. Now, the behind the scenes, or BTS as it's known for short, for Mauler's film, so you can kind of get a sense of what was involved, is here. Have a look at it, check it out. I'm just going to drop the link in the chat in case you haven't seen it already. It went out to the Kickstarter backers exclusively first about a week ago, and then I said to the powers that be, hey, so you know, shall we should we put this in the public domain, or what do you want to do? And they said, yeah, let's do that. So in the lead up to the film being released itself, yeah, that's and some fantastic comments. But I want to talk about this one. I know most people don't talk about their trolls and that, and they don't care. And it's not that I give two shits one way or the other, but I'm just going to pick up on something that this guy said. So Big Weng, shout out to you, mate, if you're watching. And I invited him to come on if he wants to discuss this. He's very welcome to come on. It's really weird and contradictory to see Drinker work with people who he's labelled the movies that they worked on as a product of the message, garbage, examples of what's wrong with movies today, etc. Seems very two-faced. If this movie gets bad reviews, hopefully he doesn't make another video saying the writing was bad because the actor had difficulty delivering the original lines, so we had to rewrite it like he did with Rogue Elements, etc. So thought, what is this guy? I think he's got his grasp of the movie. I just said to him, you really have to grasp how the industry works. Drinker didn't hire the crew. So the reason he took umbrage is because my first AD worked on Guardians of the Galaxy, and she also worked on something else. And whatever it was a film that Drinker presumably gave a bad review to. So I come back to him and I said, look, Drinker didn't hire the crew. He raised the finance for the film. I hired the crew, being the director. That's my prerogative. So I hired all the crew. No crew on All in Good Time were forced on me. Basically, they bankrolled they financed the film. And it was actually a condition of mine that I had say over all of the crew that were on the film. And it was also a condition of mine that I had equal say on casting, if not final say. But I'd already discussed with them who I wanted, so that was all fine. So as I pointed out to this guy, this is and then he says, no, you're lying, as Drinker would claim. So I had to sort of not laugh, but this guy just made me laugh. You're literally arguing against the Drinker. Critical Drinker literally creates false narratives with his audience that causes them to be unhinged and not engage in critical thinking, like you're criticizing me for doing. I'm simply pointing out, mate, that you're wrong. He didn't hire the crew. He didn't even know the girl had worked on Guardians of Galaxy. So how can he be two-faced about it if he didn't hire her? So and then he goes on to talk about the video for the Acolyte and rattles on about that. Then he says, you're getting upset at me for using the same rhetoric that Drinker uses towards everyone and every film he reviews. This is a tit-for-tat strategy. So I then replied, and I'm not going to reply to all of these, by the way, but I just thought, let me entertain this one. I'm not upset you made a criticism which is baseless and inaccurate. I responded. I hired all the crew, all of whom have worked with me before, which can be verified by independent sources, including their own CVs. By the way, which would be before I even met Wil, before he even started his channel. I've had many disagreements, including on Open Bar, which we will verify because you were there when I know sometimes everybody will having a pop at a film. I'm an Open Bar, and if I like it, I'll turn around and I'll say so, and I have. About everything he being.
You sound underwater.
What's that?
Your audio's off.
Oh, it could be this guy. He might be sabotaging my audio somehow.
No, you sound fine now.
Yeah.
Okay, I just need to stay close to the mic, I think. And I wonder if my mic needs replacing.
No, it's StreamYard. It's StreamYard.
It's StreamYard, okay.
You're sharing your
So, yeah, and then he kind of comes back at me and has another pop. And yes, that's me being exaggerative or speaking in generality. I mean, oh, my God. Anyway, so also you didn't deny any of the examples I provided. Suspicious. I just find this stuff so entertaining.
What's funny is I don't really necessarily disagree with the criticism of the Drinker. The problem is this is Mahler's thing, isn't it? Like you would be.
Yeah, I mean, Mahler wrote the film. Drinker financed it essentially, and I just thought. But I thought I'm gonna, I don't assume that someone's not unreasonable, so I will engage with people. Yeah, sorry about the bad audio, guys. Hopefully now it's better. But
StreamYard, when you share your screen with your audio sharing and certain things.
So anyway, that was one. I'm sure other people are going to come and have a pop at it, and I'm sure when the film drops, people are going to,
Yeah, I wanted to watch the making of, but I feel like it was going to spoil some shit.
Yeah, no, I have put in the text. If you don't want to spoil anything, don't watch it. We've kept it reasonably spoiler free, but if you're going to show clips of a short film, you're going to spoil some things.
Exactly.
I watched it, and I don't think I really have too much of a spoiler on it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really interesting.
Also, what I did realize is I was very upset to find out that the guy that we all thought was Mahler is not Mahler. So
no, why you all thought was Mahler is in fact Alex Tabrizi, who is one of my editors. He's also a director of photography in his own right.
I believe the guy I'm thinking of, I thought was the guy. Was it Richard Oakes?
Richard Oakes was the DOP. Yeah.
Mahler has many decoys in his employ.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible that Mauler may in fact be hiding and living indeed in Richard's beard, which is rumored to have Narnia quality. Richard will just arrive on set and then suddenly produce all this kit, and we're pretty convinced it's all hidden in his beard.
With
So-
great beard comes great responsibility.
You know what's funny, Lance, is how many times this drinker made the production hell videos and gave these films positive reviews, but it's production. When people complain like, well, he's making excuses for the actress. No, he's explaining to you why certain things happen. Also, he'll explain, hey guys, remember, this is a budget of like a Kickstarter budget. I don't have Amazon, Netflix, fucking HBO give me $200 million. So these are why technical things do happen for. But Drinker is very positively praised as many films as he criticized. It's the whole message thing. That is a criticism. But he's not making excuses. He's explaining, guys, this is a shoestring budget, okay? That's the difference. So I'm not making excuses. I'm explaining to you. And Enzo said a million times, making a $200 million fucking film is very difficult. It doesn't mean it's good, though. Doesn't mean it's good, though.
And as I've said, working with a small budget makes you improvise and invent things in a way that they don't do with the larger budgets because they get lazy. So I think it's a bonus.
Yeah, for me, I mean, certainly working on a but this look what you need to, I think the reason that I was the right candidate for this is because I've worked in low budget all my life. So for me to have the budget that we had, it was bigger than the budget for my last feature film, which I shot in Greece over 4 weeks in 2 years. I had a bigger budget for 2 days than I had for that movie, including post-production. So I was really able to turn around to my guys, my regular guys, and say, guess what? I'm going to be able to pay you all the minimum required daily rates. Some of you are going to be on slightly higher. And, we're going to be able to take our time. We're going to break this down properly. It's not a complex shoot, but it does have complexities. And, and that's, I had the best people on it, including 2 of the best actors on the planet. And then we got ahead by half a day. By the end of day 1. So by the end of day 2, we didn't really need day 3. We had day 3 assigned for pickups, and then we were able to sort of day 3, we kind of all went for lunch before we went home, which was nice.
I think you said in the video, Lance, didn't you, that it was, your most smooth production kind of thing.
Yeah. It's, apart from a couple of minor things, it was really painless. And
I suppose that's the advantage of just having pros on because they all the actors who popped up had credits of some description.
Yeah, no, I mean, because there was, when we were talking about casting the small roles in the movie, I said from the very beginning, I said to Wil and also to Callum, they said, let's get extras, and we can pay them this. And I said, no, we're not doing that. I said, we're going to get, I know so many actors. I said, let me put an advert up and I'll see who responds. But I know so many people. I will get 3 of the best people to play these 3 small parts. And that's what happened. And we were quite lucky that we got Kelly and Simeon and Ben. And then 2 of whom I'd worked with before. Simeon I've worked with 3 times.
Yeah.
Grant Hager, as soon as I read the script and read that role, I just thought this guy needs to do more than just wander about. He needs to kind of convey all of the views of the organization that are not said about his boss in a look. That was basically the brief for the actor. So you can see him sort of looming behind Jason Flemyng there. He came down to see 7 Magnificent Egos as well. He was there was he there the last performance? I can't remember now. Or was he there Saturday?
I didn't see him on the Sunday. It must have been the Saturday.
No, I think he was there Saturday matinee, actually. Yeah, he came on Saturday matinee. Axel's Abode, $5 or £5. Thanks. Just watched all in good time behind the scenes, and respect for you and your Mauler script from the actors, especially, was very clear. Well done to all involved. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk about this on Sunday, so I won't get into it too much now because the film drops on Sunday for the backers, not for the internet. And then I think there's going to be a couple of actual cinema screenings. But it was pretty, after I'd gone through the script with Mauler a couple of times, we were determined not to kind of interfere with it. I wanted to see what the actors could do with it. And Nick Rowe actually was pretty key in getting everybody to keep it as it was. Whereas Jason always loves to cut his lines. He's like, I don't need to say all of that. I can just say this bit, and I'll convey the rest in a look. And he can. I mean, he can do that. He's that good. But I was like, no, mate, let's do it as it's written. And he's like, oh, okay, all right. So, and it worked. It was good. All right.
What's the final runtime on it? 10, 15 minutes?
No, it's I think it's about 17 and a half.
Oh wow, cool. Okay.
The brief we set ourselves was always to keep it under 20. Relevant for certain film festivals and things like that. But, all right, let's get into some of the latest releases and some oldies that we want to talk about. I'm going to go first quickly. This is currently on Netflix. On Disney, not Netflix. It's releasing weekly with the first 3 episodes already out. And as you guys know, I do like my true story dramas, and you may have seen a documentary about the I think you pronounce it Murdor family. Mordor. This is the true story of the Mordor family. It's a very well-known case because it was documented, I think, on Netflix. Coming out of the back of the pandemic, the basics of this. It's an influential family who live. I think they kind of live in the area of the Ozarks, that kind of area. The father is a lawyer. He's got quite established connections downtown. He's got friendships with a lot of judges, things like this. He's handled some pretty dirty cases in the past and so on. He has 2 sons, one of whom is a bit of a fuck up. The fuck up son takes the boat out. They go to a sort of beach party. The son gets very drunk. He's driving the boat when they come back. Goes too fast. They hit part of a bridge. This young girl that's on the boat, she is knocked over the side. And she subsequently dies. This is all covered in the first episode pretty quickly. But that's not the end of the story, and several people connected to the family die over the course of the next year and a half. So, and it follows that story. Now, as soon as I saw that this was a drama, I thought, oh yeah, actually, I can see Jason Clarke playing the dad, because in the documentary, there's loads of footage of the real family. And the documentary was actually done in 2 parts, because they did the first one and then suddenly all this other shit happened. And it was like, oh shit, quick, let's make a second one. So they followed the story on. So I imagine this is going to be about 8 episodes or something like that. Jason Clarke is one of my favorite actors of all time. I first saw him in, I think it was Zero Dark 30, or at least that's when he really got on my radar during that whole interrogation scene. And then when he sort of ends up giving the guy hummus and all of that. But Patricia Arquette, I'm a big fan of as well. And the 2 actors that play the 2 sons are really good, especially the actor who plays the younger son. And I just really like the show. I think it's a good quality, straight up drama. If you like your true story dramas, I highly recommend it. And looking forward to the next episode. I've watched the first 3. Has anyone else seen it?
I'll check it out now.
Oh, after you get back from the cinema. Well, anyone who hasn't seen it, I'll give
I
my
haven't
rating.
seen it, but I need to.
I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I may well upgrade that to a 9 when I've seen the whole thing, but it's an 8 for sure.
No good for me. Like you said, I like Jason Clarke.
Yeah, Aaron, on that, there's going to be one in Scotland, I believe, and we have also entered it into 2 film festivals. We're waiting to hear if they're going to take it. So, so there you go. Yeah, Jason Clarke, he is almost unrecognizable in this. He has got a bit of makeup and so on. This is Enzo's casual wear to go down to the store. So Texas, right? It's casual, sort of normal day wear.
Maybe if it was fucking cold outside, but no. I wear t-shirts and gym shorts.
Yeah, I've got a very twisted view of Texas, but I have been there, and I know it's not like that really. So
It's a big place.
Anyway.
It can't all look the same.
Strong recommendation from me. Let us move on. Blue, have you got anything you want to recommend?
Yeah, as I told people, so Sunday I brought my son to see the 40th anniversary of The Last Dragon. And Lance, it was cool because the actor named Timax, his name, I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah.
So he did a 2-minute opening scene, and he's 61 years old. He looks fantastic. He's obviously, it's been 40 years, but for 40 years, he looks good.
Hang on. You're telling me he was there?
Well, sorry. The opening screen was like the message to the audience, the whole like 2-minute intro.
Okay. He did a pre-record. He did a Tom Cruise. He did a pre-record.
He just said, "Hey, want to thank the fans. It's been 40 years." I did read that he's open to making a sequel, and I'm like, at 61, I mean, he'd be a mentor, but like, I'd watch a sequel with him. He still looks fantastic. Like,
it's a shame that I think most of the actors, because nearly all the remaining cast in the film are deceased. Sure enough, the actor who played him is dead. Vanity. I love The Last Dragon. I saw it in the cinema, and I remember going to see this in the UK, and there was only me and two other people in the cinema. This is at the height of the 80s when loads of people were going, but no one really knew what this film was. It was kind of, we saw the trailers for it, and it did come across as kind of wacky. It was like the Karate Kid set in Clubland,
I can see that.
But I love that song by DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night. So I went straight out and I bought the vinyl soundtrack, of course, which I still have, which I'm going to come on screen and dazzle you all with.
Yeah, the music is fantastic. My kid's like, "Dad, this is," and it's not a bad thing, but my kid's 18. He's like, "This is such an 80s film," and it feels 80s.
Oh, I mean, you can't get a more 80s movie than this. Because I mean, the costumes with the shoulder pads and all that shit are so over the top. But I do love it. I mean, I like the music. And Vanity, God, she's so gorgeous in this.
She is beautiful.
Yeah, she just looks absolutely stunning. I mean, the only song that I really like on this soundtrack is I like Rhythm of the Night, The Last Dragon, which is the one that they actually did for the film, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. You know what? It still smells of the 80s.
I forgot, Lance. You know who's in that film, which I recognize? That's William Macy's in the film for like 2 minutes.
Is he one of is the people that works at the club?
Yes.
Eddie
Yeah. No, sorry. He's working for Vanity. He's telling her, he's like, Eddie Arcadian's coming.
Yeah, but he's in those things. Yeah. He's like a PA or something.
Yeah, he's got like 2 minutes of screen time. I told my son, "Oh shit, William Macy's in this film." I forgot, man.
Yeah.
He pops up in places that you would not expect him early in his career. Love it.
Well, I did read on Timac what happened, why there weren't sequels. They had sequels planned. Apparently, they did the whole like, "Hey, we're going to contract you out for like 10 years." He wasn't allowed to make any films for a good decade. Then rights and issues. Apparently, I guess, was it Drew Gordon or Barry Gordon? There's a big issue between Timac and him, and he wanted to give him less money for the sequel. And he goes, "I'm not coming back for less money." So they had him in contract hell for like a decade. That's why he didn't have a big career. But Timac, he knows like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, like Aikido, Taekwondo. Like he's a legit martial artist.
He was contracted to, because Barry Gordon was trying to sort of start a film studio attached to the music label, wasn't he? And this was supposed to be the vehicle.
Yeah.
And so you telling me he was in a contract where he couldn't do any other movies like the old studio system. That's why we didn't see him in anything else.
Exactly. And he's actually, if anybody can YouTube all the time, I'm talking about that. The past year has been vocal about it because it's been 40 years. He's like, "Yeah, I had plans to do sequels. I had contracts to do multiple films, and they had him locked on contract. And then it was just legal issues. Lance, you can read the articles. You know more about it than I do, but he was just contracted for, that's why you never seen a sequel. And he's like, "Guys, it's been 40 years. I'm up for coming back for this film." We'll see. I mean, Tom Cruise did Top Gun too. I mean, I'd watch a sequel.
I think they should do a sequel. I think Tom Cruise should play the villain. That'd be great. And he can have like lightning coming out of his fingers and shit.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, he did a Janet Jackson music video, and then he did an episode of Different World, and then the next movie he did was The White Girl, which was in 1990. I mean, I don't know. I always thought as an actor he was kind of okay, but the things that made the film great were Vanity and the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked good, and I think that's kind of what you needed for that role. He
Oh.
was ripped, wasn't he? He was so ripped.
The one scene on the rooftop where he's doing yoga, and the guy's just like, he's like a statue. I'm like, whoa, that dude was, he was like 20 years old. So,
yeah. Mike Starr, who was in this, who's also in
Yep.
Goodfellas, plays the doorman or the bouncer for Eddie.
yeah.
Yeah, he's still around. I think he'd be a great guy to interview, you know. And I've tried to get him.
Oh, yeah.
I've tried to get him on the channel before, but I've not had any luck.
He was great in Dumb and Dumb, remember? The pills.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you took your son to see this? What did he think of it?
Oh, yeah. Again, loved it. Loved it. He walked out, but just halfway during the film, and she's like, Dad, in a good way, he's like, this is such an 80s film. It is. The film oozes 80s. And he's like, I loved it. And again, I was wondering, like, is Timac an actor that's got good choreography, or does he know stuff? Like, no, in the fight scenes, Lance, for 1985, the choreography is fantastic. Like, it's really, this was no CGI, this was stunt doubles, and those fights hold up to this day. And he's a real martial artist, and yeah, loved it.
You could see that for sure.
Oh.
But you know, even when I went to see the movie. When this guy turned up with these shoulder pads on, bearing in mind, this was 85 actually, mate. It wasn't 84.
Sorry, yeah.
85. You know, I remember the two kids further down the row from me, where a couple of rows ahead of me. I heard one of them go, "What the fuck is this?" Really loud. I mean, it does look like, you know, it looks like something that Joan Collins should wear under her dress on Dynasty. But
yeah, the
I
best.
just want to revisit your idea of having Tom Cruise play the bad guy in the sequel, but I want him to play it like Les Grossman.
Oh yeah.
From Tropic Thunder.
Oh, you know, they should do a Grossman. Absolutely should do like a Grossman movie.
Yeah.
Where he plays that character and he's all like, maybe it's the whole stories around like him losing his favorite actor to another agent.
Yeah.
Two rival agencies. That'd be
great.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I heard that Tom Cruise was trying to make a TV series, but I don't know if it got any further.
That would be brilliant as well. That would be fantastic.
And first thing my son said, he goes, Dad, he's like, if they brought back Cobra Kai, what couldn't they make this? I'm like, the first thing my kid said, I'm like, yeah, you know, I would watch Netflix, pick up a Last Dragon TV show. You get Cobra Kai. We got that.
What do you reckon? Yeah. Do you reckon they fell in love for real when they were doing this?
I mean, the on-screen chemistry is so there. I mean, I couldn't see.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. You know, you're in a room, but you're doing a scene with Vanity. How can you not have on-screen chemistry?
Yeah.
I've got on-screen chemistry with her right now.
I don't understand why Vanity's character like falls so hard for this weird
dude who turns up in pajamas with flowers at the.
He shows up wearing like he wears like the Asian rice harvester.
He does
hat.
too.
He's clearly like a virgin.
He is
like,
too.
He clearly has like no riz. She's
whereas she has been.
Yeah, she's finally got to get him in the sack and be horribly disappointed. I think is what is going to happen.
Isn't it that she was the one who introduced Nikki Sticks to freebasing, like not the other way around? I mean,
sweet.
She was like pretty hardcore.
Yeah, she was. Remember her in Action Jackson?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like the film. Yeah, I love story and dialogue. The film, it's the perfect blend of like stupid, cheesy, but also awesome. It's hard to describe The Last Dragon. The audience said it was about half sold out. Lance, everybody's just clapping, cheering, showing off, and the dialogue, like Enzo said, the love story. It's bad, but I like it. It's just it knows what it is.
I mean, look, you know, how can you not like a film with a bad guy?
Holy crap! It's Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Look at that.
that does look like Kung Fu Hot Dog, who you got to meet in person. Kung Fu Hot Dog came to the YouTubers. We had about 6 people at the little YouTubers meet.
Yeah, the best is like the end fight scene when his hands start glowing red. Like now we're doing Dragon Ball Z, guys, and Leroy's glowing the golden glow, and you got that glow.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was as well, around this time, we had these adverts, right, for something called Ready Breck. Now, Ready Breck is the grossest breakfast cereal known to man. I mean, it really is quite vile.
It's basically wallpaper paste before you put the liquid in.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Don't say anything, Alan. I'm going to get the clip up. I don't want to spoil the surprise for the guests, but like sort of basically, you know, their advertising shtick, right, was that if you ate Ready Brek as opposed to the rest of the kids when you were going to school in the winter, this would happen to you. You would be the kid that was.
There's the last dragon.
You can't keep your kids at home just because it's cold outside.
So, as you can see, the kids that eat Ready Brek have got the power of the glow. So, it's all about the question is, did Tiamat eat Ready Brek or not? And I think he did. So, and there it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally, oh my,
Ready
this
Brek.
stuff was it's basically porridge. It's
Oh,
yeah, Aaron, it's basically porridge but worse.
they fed this to children.
I know Enzo can find a way to make that
That's
work.
child abuse.
I'm fairly sure we came up with this just to insult the Scottish, to be honest.
The right
And that
spices.
was the tagline, central heating for kids. That's what they called it, central heating for kids.
Dear God.
I never
Oh
had
my
it. I
God.
used to eat Frosties, which was with Tony the Tiger, much more fun.
You know, as Lance and I've told people, like, I've had some fun this year, but like being with my kid so far in 2025, just enjoyment. Like, we've seen the film and the audience, the popcorn. We just had a great time watching an 80s film. And I just miss films where you sit back and you don't take it too seriously, but you respect it.
Sure.
And the actor said, show enough, he just walks in just swinging dick, like, you know, am I the meanest? Am I the prettiest? And
Yeah, I know.
it's just such a great time at the theaters, man. Like, I miss that.
And if you look, there's a young blue collar loser on the right in this scene.
All the kids are dressed horribly.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, because I think, right there.
that-
Every hit too, you see the sparks flying. That fight is really detailed for what it is.
This girl was. I mean,
my
this
God.
girl was.
That's the most 80s thing I've ever seen in my
Bonkers.
entire life.
Like Enzo said,
The 80s threw up on that woman.
Her music video, I'm just like, oh please God.
It's just interesting because you've got obviously like Show Enough is the bad guy, but like he's technically like the Goro. He's like the secondary bad guy. The main bad guy,
Right there.
this dude and his wife they are so like laughably like unintimidating and retarded, and you're just like.
And
you kind of want to see. What's the guy's name? The main guy. What's his name?
Leroy.
Leroy. You want to see Leroy kind of face like a more competent set of villains. You know,
Yeah,
if there was a sequel. Like I want to see him face like actual like drug dealing gang members with machine guns, and watch Leroy get killed in like the first 10 minutes because he's just like a naive boy.
A very different movie.
That'd be a very short sequel.
Well, that's like Cobra Kai though. Like people say Cobra Kai, for some reason in that world, the police don't exist. we accept it.
Leroy does do. I mean, it was the 80s, so I mean, New York was rough at those times, you know.
And again,
but you do see Leroy get that glow. He gets that gold glow at the end, so maybe he's like bulletproof now.
And to his credit,
Christopher Murney is still alive. Actually, he was in Maximum Overdrive as
really?
well, and he was in The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original.
A bunch of stuff.
I did like too when he finally fights Shonuff. Remember, in Julius Carey playing him, they get the fight scene. Shonuff is whooping his ass. Like he's got to get the glow, but Shonuff, it's a really good fight scene between both these actors.
Yeah. So I remember you probably don't know this story, but Leo O'Brien, who played the cheeky younger brother, and I do love it when all the kids come breaking in and attack.
Oh my God, that little 8-year-old was whooping them guys' asses. We're
and,
screaming,
yeah, well,
laughing.
he does the double kick in the middle of the air.
Shit!
Oh man, this is vanity there.
Look at that haircut, so Eddie Arcadian.
We need to talk about her in a sec because I had a conversation with her about a year before she passed away, which I'll tell you about in a second.
There's a glow. Look at that right there.
Yeah, I mean that's
come on.
Wow.
That's Enzo's face when I ask him to do 3 thumbnails for me in a row.
This was for Dragon Ball Z kids back in the 80s before Dragon Ball Z got popular. Like,
yeah, I mean there wasn't anything like. There's William H. Macy. Look.
Yep.
Check out that jacket. I wonder if we got to keep that. So
he's eating popcorn with chopsticks.
This is his gang. I mean, it would be great if we could find these 3 dudes and to come on.
Oh yeah.
And I like the way they've all got like this weird bullseye thing, just in case you to shoot them. There you go. There's your target. There's even one on the head.
You guys know too. Shonuff has the worst sunglasses in history. What's the point of sunglasses? They're open sunglasses with like slits.
Well, it's the same thing. You see this. I guess it's to like recreate.
That's in Big Trouble in Little China. They call it
Asian. Yeah. Big Trouble in Little China glasses. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like you're seeing everything in ultra widescreen format. It's very stupid.
That's it. It formats reality.
Yeah.
These guys are proper dumb.
They're trying to do black accents.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Kiss my Converse. That dude right there too. At the end, he had the nunchucks again. That I'm like, this dude's a legit. That nunchuck scene, I'm like, holy crap, that's no CGI, man. He's just like his hands are
right.
blurring,
So this kid, Leo O'Brien, he is deceased, and that was in a confrontation with the police when they forced their way into his home.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, that was not good. Well,
that was part of Timac, Lance. He did say that one. He's like meeting someone like Julius Carey, Shonuff, Vanity. He was thanking the cast who passed away. So it was a good 2-minute opening. I like the fact that he thanked everybody and talked about. It's only 2 minutes, but just what a great.
He must have talked about Leo, right? He must have.
I didn't record. I recorded like a minute of it because there's more interviews out there. I'm sure somebody's gonna put it out on YouTube. It's just 2-minute intro.
Yeah, so he died from gunshot wounds. Oh, it might not have been the police, actually. I think it was the black girl from Dangerous Minds. She was, when the police went round to her house following a 911 call, she was killed. She was shot and killed. Yeah. Another great police work there. But yeah, Leo O'Brien was some, I don't know if it was gang related, but it was a gunshot wound that killed him.
Yeah, but see, I love just the best part being a dad, Lance, bring my kid to see films that were outside his lifetime, and just did you like it? Loved it.
Yeah, man. I take my goddaughter to see stuff all the time, and she came to see Seven Magnificent Egos the other day. She hadn't even seen the original movie, but she still loved it. And now she wants to watch the original movie. So there we are. So, by the way, Aaron Charman, who was in the chat, he also came to see the play. He was there on Sunday, along with Critical, who was also there. We did make space in a nearby field for the Percy jet to land, but we put flares up and everything, but we didn't find it.
I was literally there with the flags doing the whole, well, never mind.
Lots of cats. Lots of cats from the UK had sort of lined the runway to welcome the arrival of the sort of cat queen, so to speak. But never mind. Next time. Last Dragon. Okay, what are people going to give the Last Dragon out of 10? Now, I mean, I'd give it maybe 7, but I have to give it +2 for these shoulder pads, and then I have to give it another +1. I have to give it another +1 for vanity, so I'm gonna have to give it a 10. It's so uniquely bonkers.
Yeah,
but somehow it's still good. So for a film to be, I mean, you can watch it and go, "This is crap," but actually, it's not. It's somehow there's something about it that's really endearing. This movie, and I like it. And I'm going to give it a 10.
It's
Faith Prince. What did you do?
Well, because they don't make it out to be a parody film. That's why they're taking it serious, but like not serious enough. It's almost like how Kung Fury came on YouTube. Kung Fury is perfect because they're going for that vibe. That's why Kung Fury is so fantastic for.
All right. Well, anyway, Last Dragon gets a 10 from me. Blue Collar, what's yours?
Same.
Rating?
Yeah, same 10. I loved every second of it.
Enzo.
It's funny because you can give it like a 10 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10, and I don't think anyone would argue with you.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right, though. Yeah.
I like it. I like this movie. Obviously, I give it an 8 out of 10, just because a bad or a red 8 out of 10. So bad it's good.
Yeah, this is a red 10 out of 10 for me, with in brackets lots of points for vanity.
It's not in the black, It's not. It's in the red.
It's not a 10. Die Hard 10. Yeah, Rachel, what do you give it out of 10?
Oh, I'd give it a 7. It's a silly movie, but you love it. So I'll give it a 7. Being nice to it.
Have you seen it?
I've never seen this film. I've never heard of this film. It looks absolutely batshit crazy.
It is.
You need to watch this. Oh my god!
I don't even remember the first time I saw this movie. I think it was on HBO when I was a kid, and it was just one of those things
heard
that
of it, man. I don't know if it is like big in America or whatever, but I've literally never heard of this film. This is all new.
We'll watch it on my show.
If it wasn't for the fact that you were talking about it beforehand, I would swear you were making this up with AI.
The memory.
It's funny because you're like, who the hell? Even nowadays, I'm like, who the hell is Barry Gordon? Who is he? Why is it a big deal that his name's on this?
Yeah. Well, he was all connected to Motown, wasn't he? He was one of the main producers.
He's a music guy.
The Motown music label, and his idea was this was going to be the launch into sort of Motown films, and didn't really go that way. I've a very specific memory attached to this film. I can't remember if I talked about it in Silver Screen Journeys. If I didn't, I should have done. Which is, I was in such a good mood when I came out of the movie, and it was such a gorgeous day. And this is when I was trying to sort of romance this girl that was in my school. And I borrowed this jacket from somebody, which I decided made me look really cool. So that was it. I just went round to her house and knocked on her door and said hi. And I remember when she looked out the window of the front room, I can picture her face now. And it was like she did that thing where she ran round to the mirror in the hallway and quickly did her hair before she answered the door. That was the girl that I dated for 2 years in high school, sort of at the end of high school. Anna, someone, I forget her surname now. But yeah, so it's got this kind of, it represents a sweet time for me, that sort of 80s naivete of anything is possible. It's a capsule, this film. All right, let's move on. Enzo, what you got for us?
I don't know. I haven't been watching a whole lot of stuff except like Smiling Friends, which is hilarious, and old Simpsons episodes. And the last episode of South Park wasn't as bad as the other ones this season, but I did rewatch. Yeah, I'm hearing an echo. Did I rewatch? Yeah, I did rewatch.
It was me.
Okay, I did rewatch the Drew Struzan documentary. Which is conveniently your main thing that you're talking about today.
It is. It's. I was going to leave it till last, but we can do it now. That's fine.
Well, the Drew Struzan documentary called Drew is it's pretty good. It came out a few years ago, and I think now that he's dead, they have definitely been. I've been seeing it getting pushed and re-uploaded places, and it's a good one because it's got all the big heavy hitters showed up for it. You got what's his name, Frank Darabont, and Robert Zemeckis, and George Lucas, and Michael J. Fox, and just Thomas Jane. So many people show up for this documentary, which is awesome, and they do a great job showcasing, his whole history. And the guy is he's one of the he's the GOAT. He's the Don LaFontaine of movie posters. He's just no debate. He's the best. But what's even cooler is they talked about, he was like a struggling artist doing, when he first started out, he was doing album artwork, which is some of his coolest stuff is his album art, because the album art is, he gets to get more expressive and kind of do whatever he wants. And really cool stuff. And then, they were talking about how movie poster guys were kind of, looking for new movie poster artists, and they were seeing his like Alice Cooper art and some other stuff like that, and they were like, well, let's get this guy to do movie posters, and we'll pay you what you make on in a year on it. We'll pay you that much on a single commission, so he went to movie posters. And it's funny because they were talking about how people were looking for a new movie poster, and they'd be looking at all this art, and they're like, okay, well, we'll tell you which ones we like best, and you will try to get us hooked up with that artist or these artists. And and they come back with the list, and they're like, all right, this is gonna be easy because these are all by the same guy. These are all by Drew Struzan. So yeah, and he's talking about how him and his wife have been like a team forever. He talks about how he doesn't really have a relationship with his parents and his family, so and neither did his wife with her family, so they've been like one conjoined person for since they were in their early 20s. And now Drew Struzan,
sweet,
huh? Yeah, Drew Struzan was doing all this album artwork for all these bands, and all the other album artists. They would go to the concerts and go to the parties and go to the things, and Drew Struzan just kind of kept to himself, and he was just like a family guy, and he was just the guy doing notes and doing sketches and stuff. But yeah, then they also talk about how not only did he do such a great job with movie posters, but then when he retired, he started doing fine art or personal studio art, and all that stuff is just wild. Really cool stuff, and they showcase a lot of that stuff in the end credits. Yeah, it was just a really good documentary, real good feel-good documentary, talking about how just if you bust your ass and you have a whole lot of talent and you work really hard, you might end up being one of the GOATs. But yeah, Drew seems like a real chill
I'm
guy,
still
laid
working
back.
on the goat part, but I'm getting there.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he seems he's got a really hardcore work ethic. I'm sure you've heard all the stories about various movie posters he's done, especially like The Thing. How, like for The Thing, he got that job like last minute. Hey, we need you to make a poster right away. We don't have any pictures or stills. All we can tell you is it's a remake of The Thing from Another World. And he put on a parka, put on his gloves, went outside the driveway. His wife's pulling into the driveway. He's standing outside in full winter outfit, and he's like, got his camera, and he's like, I need you to take a picture of me wearing this right now. And then in 24 hours, the poster was concepted, designed, painted, and shipped. And when they got it and they were going to take pictures of it, it was still wet. The paint hadn't even dried. And I love his medium too. He uses that's what they talked about was because he uses a combination of was it acrylics and colored pencil. But it wasn't until he did a collaborative poster with this other big poster guy in the 70s. He did a collaborative poster for Star Wars, original Star Wars poster.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the
re-release of Star Wars.
The other guy couldn't draw humans.
Portraits. He doesn't do portraits. So he said, hey,
spaced
I'll do all the robots. But what's funny is they were so busy doing all that, they forgot to leave title block space. So they had to do some like finagling and some cropping for it. But it was working on that poster that he saw this guy, Drew Straw saw this guy working with the airbrush. And he wanted to say, he said, yeah, I want to know how to do this airbrush stuff. And like, that's a big thing about the Drew Struzan art is the airbrush, the glow, the golden hue that the characters all have. This like ethereal kind of light source shining down on all them. Yeah. They talk about how like, a drawing of, Michael J. Fox for Back to the Future, it somehow evokes more emotion than just a photograph of these characters, like when you do these illustrations of them, it's like an idolized version of them. Harrison Ford's featured heavily in the documentary, and he talks about how, Drew Struzan's been so good to me because he makes me look so great. And you actually see Harrison Ford and Drew Struzan meeting for the first time in like 2012. And Harrison Ford is easily the guy he's drawn more than anybody. He's drawn Harrison Ford more times than anyone else. And, if you see him kind of meet him, and it was really fun interaction with them. And, like I said, like there's a way to draw these characters. He draws them accurately, but for some reason, and we were talking about this on my stream after he passed away, it's not just like, drawing actors' faces, but when he draws like the Muppets, he makes the Muppets look, they're not just like a sock, like they're not just a puppet. Like when you take pictures of the Muppets and put them on the poster, it's just they're Muppets. But when you see a Drew Struzan drawing of them, they look like they're living creatures, and even though they look totally accurate to what they actually look like. It's just this idealized colored pencil painting version of them that makes them look so lifelike. And Jim Henson said, you know, after he did the Muppets movie, like, you're the guy. And he did a lot of Muppets posters. He also did, like, cartoon posters. He did We're Back, the Don Bluth dinosaur one.
Oh,
Oh, I love the art for that one. So beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny about that poster is it's just, you know, he's just drawing the cartoon characters accurately, and he's got this New York, like, Central Park parade kind of landscape background. But I don't know what it is about it, but he just makes them look so awesome.
Interestingly enough, this poster for Big Trouble in Little China was not the poster for the
this is not
American release of the film.
Mm.
The American poster was much simpler than this, and it's the same one that's on the cover of the import vinyl soundtrack.
Yeah, that's the Drew Struzan one. This is not Drew Struzan, but what's even crazier is when you see like the Drew Struzan. Definitely follow Drew Struzan's Instagram, but when you see his like his comps and his sketches, like, you know, like, you have to understand he drew like 4 or 5 like pencil sketches of the Big Trouble in Little China. And they picked the various elements they liked of each one. And he said that he actually doesn't like the Big Trouble in Little China poster that much because it's very cluttered, he said.
So this is he did do this one. This is the second one he did. There's a simplistic one, and there's this one. Because the film didn't do very well in the States, they wanted the poster redesigned with more of the action elements on display. So that's why this one was commissioned. So there you go. But I like it. I've got this poster, but my favorite poster of his is The Thing. I just think it's so clever.
The Thing's great.
Yeah.
He's got these really cool, like when you look at his studio post-retirement art, like he's got these really cool thing he was doing with like tigers and jungle ladies, a lot of naked chicks he's drawn. He did a couple of his grandson. That's cool, a little baby. But the tiger stuff he did was really cool. He did an awesome, like, this T-Rex fossilized skeleton. But it's just also, it's all those textures he does, like those little fine lines, those little glows, those little splatters. I also love his borders. He does really interesting stuff with borders. Like when you look at, like one of the movie posters that Hook is great.
Hook, yeah.
There was a specific movie poster he did where it kind of really changed up the game for him. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but it had these really awesome, I don't know, little jagged edges here on the border. I can't remember which one it was. I'm gonna have to look that up. But
I don't think this is his version of the Muppet movie, though, is it? Let me have a look, because this doesn't look like his art.
Let me see.
I mean, does it look super real and badass? This is him. You could tell by all of his portraits. You could tell by all his portraits. And also, another defining feature is like his strong, dark black outlines, which is technically a no-no with, like, you know, painting. But he does the, you know, comic book style, like, dark outlines, which is so dope. But yeah, like, you could tell this is Drew Struzan with all the awesome portraits he does.
James Coburn was in the Muppet movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he did all the Muppet movies.
Movie.
Yeah, he did he did the Muppet Christmas Carol and what were the other ones? The other big Muppet movies. Treasure Island. Yeah. He did all the posters for those.
He also did Empire of the Ants and, of course, E.T.
Yeah, like I said, when you look up his earlier stuff before he started working with Spielberg and Zemeckis and all them, like, those movie posters are great. He did all the Police Academies. He drew Steve Gutenberg a bunch of times. He did a lot of weird, campy comedies. But yeah, you know, like I said, when you look up his album artwork too for music, like there's some wild stuff in those. He does so many styles too. He did Cannonball Run too. He did.
Yeah, that's a terrible movie.
I know. He did Return to Oz. That's what they were talking about also in the documentary. There's lots of he did 3 O'Clock High, which is like, you know, I have that movie saved in my WeWatch list to watch later.
That's the one with is that the one with Samuel L. Jackson as the teacher, or is it the kids? It's like the kids at high school, they're going to have a confrontation, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I just know the poster of like the big hand holding the kid bursting out of the clock.
Yeah.
And that's a Drew Struzan art. You're like, really? I didn't know that. It just, but they talk about how like he did awesome posters for like shitty movies. Like they're talking about Masters of the Universe. They're like, I want to see this movie because I know I didn't see this movie in 1980 something. Like this is a different movie. This poster's sick.
Oh.
You know? He did. Did he do Dreamscape? He did Dreamscape.
He did.
The Dreamscape poster.
He did Dreamscape.
Wow.
He did the Risky Business poster, which I was surprised by. I didn't think that was him, but he did.
He did loads. It didn't even get picked. Oh boys, what?
I saw 3 O'Clock High when that came out. I remember that.
They do talk about how like he had some, he took him a while to learn like the business side of things, and he did get taken advantage of by some people in the early days, and a lot of stuff like that. But he eventually like sued this guy, and he died, and then he was able to. This guy had like kept all of his original work, like when he was working for him or for commission. He's just keeping all of his original art and saying, "I'd give it back to you," and he never did. And then when he fucking died, he took him to court, his estate to court, and got all his original artwork back, like hundreds of original Drew Struzan art back to him. Like it's like just getting gifted gold. They talk about how when he goes to Comic-Con, he went to Comic-Con one year and everyone was there. This is like when Frank Darabont had him do a Walking Dead poster. He was signing prints for this like zombie art he did. But like, there's like they were talking about how he doesn't think that Drew Struzan probably doesn't realize like there's going to be a line outside the building for him, and he shows up. He was shocked to see how many people there were.
Let me interrupt for a second. Blue, how you doing for time? I know you're going to the movies.
Probably like another 15 minutes. So
okay, all right. Just wanted to check. Yeah, great artist. I mean, everybody will have seen a poster of this guy at some point, and do look at his early work, like Empire of the Ants. Rachel,
there's like a great
getting dragged away there.
There's some great footage of George Lucas and him walking around through Lucasfilm headquarters, and they're looking at all the
Skywalker
framed
Ranch
art. Yeah, they're looking at all the framed art, that's everywhere, and it's all Drew Struzan. And he said specifically, like, I love when you draw Wookiees, like you even bring like this Chewbacca character to life. And he says all he needs is a wet nose, and that's it. You just draw him with a wet nose, and.
Goodness.
So says in his something happened to his son.
I know his son was the one. His son started working in advertisement, and I know at one point his son was tapping him on the shoulder for some art for some jobs.
It says in his personal life on his Wikipedia, he had, as in past tense, he had a son named Christian, and after retiring from full-time work in 2008, spent much of his time caring for his grandchildren. So I wonder.
Maybe one of his sons died. I know that there's one son that's featured in the documentary that is there, and they talk about how I can't remember what job it was. He has one son. He has one son, Christian. Yeah, his son Christian Struzan is alive.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the funny ass story because they're talking about how Drew Struzan, Christian Struzan is like working somewhere, and
let's come back to it because I want to hear if Blue Collar has seen this, because thanks for Toxic for reminding me, because I did want to talk about this tonight, because I have watched this 3 times since it dropped.
I've been wanting to make a video, just been busy.
Yeah, man. Now I did not think because John Candy was a huge part of my childhood growing up. 3 films in particular, one of which the song I have on my iPod, and I still have trouble listening to that song every time you go away from the end of Planes, Trains and Automobiles without always immediately turning to that scene and thinking of him and so on. But I did not expect this documentary to make me cry, and it really did. I was tears flooding down my face, because you sort of there's so much personal footage of him that I've never seen, and I wasn't really up to speed on his, family situation, and he had a wife and he had 2 children, and he was very happy. And then there was also the whole thing about how his agent didn't want him to get thin because he didn't think he would get work because he was cast as the fat guy. So, it's like, okay, well, then I'm going to stay like this then, and which is obviously a shame because his father died relatively young of a heart attack. And he
35.
And he died in his. I mean, I'm older than John Candy was now. He died when he was 43.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great documentary. Lots of people like Eugene Levy, close friends of his, Murray from Ghostbusters. Lots of people like that have contributed, and it's the way they speak about him is extremely personal and very moving, and it just reminds you what a massive loss he was, but also that although he didn't make dozens upon dozens of films, the films that he did make made a significant contribution to the fabric of our film history. And there's 3 or 4 that I really like. I mean, I first saw him in, I think it was Stripes, where he played Ox. I'm going to be a lean fighting machine. That one. But I really liked him in Uncle Buck. I really liked him in Planes, Trains and Automobiles, and I also remember seeing him in National Lampoon's Vacation. They reshot that ending, and that's why they brought him in. The original ending to the film didn't work. So but this documentary is honestly, it's superb. It's so good. Has anybody else seen it?
Yeah,
not yet.
Yeah.
Blue, give me your thoughts because you got to go.
Yeah, just real quick, 10 out of 10. Yes, I cried twice with my kid watching this movie, and John Candy was the epitome of what celebrities used to be, because you couldn't find anything bad to say about the man. Nobody could. And when he was off camera, he was even kinder than on camera. He would do things like he would like donate to charities and not tell anybody about it, which is, I love that. When he filmed Wagons East, he on the side gave away a bunch of money to charity. Nobody knew about it, and then they found out after he passed away he donated charity. Like, imagine an era where people gave away money and weren't constantly fucking broadcasting it and telling people about it, making videos about it. Sometimes just being charitable actually exists. And then you've seen it, Lance, when the Canadians shut only 2 times in history, for the president and the Pope, and then John Candy, that they shut down the entire highways for John Candy, who's an actor.
For the funeral.
That's why we all come from an era where celebrities used to be like John Candy. He would go into a bar, shut down the bar, pay everybody's fucking tab, and have people coming in and give the bar owners more business. He was just a gentle soul, and the only person that could say anything about John Candy was John Candy, because he had the guilt, like, maybe I'm not that funny, maybe I'm not that talented, maybe I'm not the best. And everyone's like, no, dude, you're fantastic. His own self-doubt was his downfall, and that's how humble of a human being he was.
Yeah, good. Couldn't have put it better myself. Really, really like this documentary. Also a 10 out of 10 from me. And look I mean, he's relatively thin there. In that picture, he's not quite as chunky. Look at Eugene Levy with his big open collar, hairy chest. But we've got Gilda Radner there, who would later marry Willy Wonka. Rosemary Radcliffe, I'm not so familiar with, but it's great. I highly recommend you watch it. I think it's on. Is it Amazon? It dropped on.
It's on Prime, and also produced by Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was a Canadian. Love John Candy.
But it's directed by Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks' son.
And then Ryan Reynolds, his production company is what funded and paid for this as well with Tom Hanks' son.
I mean, it's so good. Man, it made me realize how much I miss him, just being in films. You know what I mean?
And plus celebrities in general. We these people were larger than life, and just you wanted to be these people. You wanted to hang out with them. John Candy, you could walk up with John Candy. You seen this, Lance? He would ask you, "Hey, how's your day? What's going on, Lance? I want to hear about you. I want to hear about your life, your kid."
Yeah. I mean, very much so. And you never heard anything bad about him, and I still hear the odd story about him now that's either been passed down or, it's such a shame. We were definitely robbed of I think, because I think if he had lived, into his 60s, I think he would have broken away from the comedic stuff, and we would have seen him do some really great straight roles.
Yeah.
And because I think he would have been able to diversify later when there was more content and different ways of making films and things.
Yeah.
So it's a shame we didn't sort of get but this way at least he's immortalized forever.
Everyone knows that some of the best dramatic films in history are by comedy actors.
Indeed. Yeah. Indeed.
That's true.
Yeah. It's quite funny when you hear some of the stories in the documentary when he came on and did the racquetball scene in Splash, that he'd been out drinking all night with what's his name, Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
The night before, he'd basically had an hour's sleep, so he just said, "All right, let's do this." And he comes on and he looks all unhealthy and fucked, and that's basically because he was, because he'd been out all night. So,
yeah, if Jack Nicholson's buying you shots, you're not turning him down.
Yeah, no, indeed. Yeah, I keep forgetting he was in Spaceballs as well. Huge hair dryer. But rest in peace. And it was great to revisit his career and his life, and also just learn a little bit more about the man. And I felt I learned a lot more actually, and good stuff. All right, Blue, we better let you go because you've got to get to the cinema. Give our best to your son.
Yeah. So Enzo, I'll be in chat, guys. But yeah, going to see Event Horizon for first time in theaters. Lance, there's right now there's a comic book out. The comic book is supposed to be a prequel and also a sequel to the movie. I've heard good things about it.
I might check that out. I'm trying to not buy stuff because A, I have no money, and B, I have no space.
Yeah.
But
So, but no, I'll be in chat. But I've always wanted to see Event Horizon in theaters. So first time seeing it in theaters.
I remember I saw it in theaters when it came out. I was like 13 or something. I mean, it was way scarier than I thought it was going to be.
I saw it when it first came out.
I didn't realize it was going to be so scary, and I remember me and my mom walked out of the theater like, "Holy crap, that was pretty freaky."
Really?
There's a specific moment where Lawrence Fishburne puts his head against the ship, and all the flashy rah, images come at your head, and you're like, That was like the specific moment where I was like, "Good God!" So this is the one where Cutthroat Island, where his son was working for the advertisement people, and Rennie Harlan, the director, was like, "I want the poster to kind of look like those Indiana Jones posters," and he was like, "I think I can get the guy who does those." But yeah, that's speaking of Indiana Jones. That was the one I was thinking of that like really stepped up his game, where he had to do Temple of Doom, and he had to do this big collage, and like I said, all this border work stuff is great. And then I love how like they say you've got this is the first PG-13 or second PG-13 movie ever. So they were talking about how hardcore is it? How scary is it? You've got all this this guy with all the fire and skulls holding a flaming heart, and then you got Indiana Jones just got this look of I can handle this. This is no big deal. Yeah. It's just good stuff. And then I think my favorite Drew Struzan is probably the Star Wars Special Edition triptych. It's just super awesome.
So they
re-releases.
Lucas,
the perspective.
George Lucas. When these were re-released, I love these posters and I've got them all. He had it contracted worldwide that no other nation could create their own poster. They had to use his. And
that was the thing with Phantom Menace. They did that with Phantom Menace, where it's they got the one poster and you're just going to swap out the text, and that's it. That was pretty cool because it was the same artwork just used all over the world. But with the Empire, with the trilogy, he was the one that said, they were like, okay, well, we want these three posters to kind of, just all, be by the same guy. And he's like, well, you should do a triptych where they could be viewed as one piece. And he did the first one, right? He did the first one, and he's thinking okay, well, now I got to do the second one later. But he did not have access to the first one, so he did the second one from memory, trying to go with perspective and the color palette and everything. And then the third one was just, so you got like what? You got like, was it like orange, pinkish, and then you got blues, and then you got the greens over here. And like I said, the perspective, how it just goes all the way across and everything. It's just sick. And then, I remember he got a lot of flack on Revenge of the Jedi when he did the Revenge of the Jedi art. He's got Luke and Darth's lightsaber colors wrong. So here he fixed it, but he still didn't because technically this lightsaber should be green. Silly man. Is it green?
Well.
Oh my.
Failure.
What a horrible artist.
I didn't realize that the Rust movie was out. Has anybody seen
it? Out.
Yeah, has anyone seen it?
No, I haven't. No, it's been on the list, but I'm not. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
I heard it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I feel like I should watch it. I do like my westerns.
I mean, someone did
remember
die making
it. Yeah, well, indeed, and did see the trailer for it, and I remember thinking, the trailer actually looked pretty good. Blue Collar Loser, Lance, the Chris Stuckman movie drops this week. Tell me about this film.
Shelby Oaks. He's the YouTuber.
Is that Chris Stuckman? Chris Stuckman, as in
yes,
the review guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
he got like $1.4 million in funding, and then quickly ran out of money. And then he had, I think, was it Neon or some company decided to get involved, and I don't know. It's getting like I think mixed reviews. I don't know. And that's the problem. Is like a lot of people think that ever since he got the Hollywood deal, his reviews have been very playing it safe. But
right,
I don't know.
There's stuff he won't review because he doesn't want to say anything bad about it.
Yeah.
Has this got some sort of like Blair Witch kind of vibe?
It's
like
not,
a found footage.
No, it's not found. I don't know if it's found footage, but I know there are parts of it that are like found footage. But I don't know. It's as long as it's mildly creepy.
Where's Stuckman in this?
He's right there, the big head in the middle.
Is that him?
Yeah,
next to between the two
With
ladies.
the big head.
I'm just trying to think if I've seen any of his reviews. Maybe I'm.
It's the one that looks photoshopped in.
I'm getting it, but I feel like I'm getting it mixed up with someone. Is Chris Stuckman the one that went on Drinkers Open Bar and talked non-stop for 45 minutes? No, who was that?
It would be me if I ever went on.
It would be you. That's
well, that's every stream, Enzo. That's every stream.
I know.
So is that him with the coded T-shirt?
No.
Okay, I don't know who he is then. I've definitely not seen any of his. Is
that guy with the blue?
But I thought this guy kind of went his reviews. He backed out of doing reviews, didn't he? He wanted to stop.
He does them. He just backed out of doing like he does like middle of the road kind of.
He was a big
YouTube
nowadays. Reviewer, but he kind of lost all credibility a long time ago because he.
He will not review anything that he could give a bad review to. He's very.
I mean, he's still a huge movie reviewer, but. Yeah, like I said,
his reviews do not get that many views now at all compared to somebody like Jeremy Johns. He's dropped right off
because we all know that
he's got no integrity. So,
I'd quite like to see his movie. I'd quite like, as a fellow filmmaker, I'd quite like to support.
Yeah, I'm actually checking it out. It's produced by Mike Flanagan as well, so it's got some name behind it.
Is Mike Flanagan Red Letter Media, Mike?
No, that's Mike Skoski or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Mike Flanagan's the guy who did Haunting Hill House and what have you.
Okay, let's watch something funny. I want to check this. I want to check this out. This is a sort of Stupenzo breakfast type thing, but let's. So this is an entertaining thing I just saw.
I saw this.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
Death scenes in the 50s, in the 70s. In the 90s. Moving camera footage.
Yep.
And then you struggle around.
Actually, how it happens.
Choking on your blood for a few several minutes.
I do like that,
making horrific gargling sounds.
That's so true as well. That's the difference in how they're filmed these days. Pretty funny.
My favourite video I've seen recently is a raccoon stealing Halloween candy, and then this animated statue thing activates next to it, and it just dives at it and knocks it over.
The difference between raccoons and possums.
Let's see if I can find that. Hang on, let's have a look.
Oh God!
There's one that's a possum that plays dead.
Yeah.
That poor thing.
I think I got it. Hang on. Let me see if this certainly looks like it. Let's don't know if this will get. I'll get a copyright flag for this. I don't know. You always say that, and I always.
These are AI.
It's not that one. No, it actually attacks it.
Oh.
This
I
is,
like
you
that
can
one.
see you can see the stupid paw that's covering up the stupid Sora logo, which is so lame.
Oh, this is all AI then, is it?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
these aren't real.
They're not real.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's the Sora.
That
The Sora
like,
2.
that doesn't look like a real.
Oh, they look great.
This looks real. That looks
We've
real.
been watching a whole lot of Sora stuff. Yeah, like for instance, why are those pumpkins in color in a black and white footage? You know, like
I don't know. All right, don't ruin
Now
it.
the actual ones that are the real reactions for animals. Yeah, they're out there. You just
This was on Facebook. It could be fake, but I mean, it looks.
Okay, have you guys? Let me show you this thing. Have you guys seen this? So this is like one of those, where people suddenly all start singing, in a shopping mall or whatever, with a difference.
Can you play the music from Star Wars?
This one.
Yes.
this shit pisses me off, dude. I would be like, "Shut up there!" Like I would just.
Yeah, hang on. It gets worse.
Dude, this would annoy the fuck out of me.
Really, two dudes that are sort of vaguely Jedi-like. It's like, what the fuck is this?
yes, this is completely spontaneous.
Now, you see, the big problem I have here as a nerd is that really they should be playing the music from the end of Return of the Jedi.
That feels like that was.
If they're going to have a lightsaber fight.
Dude,
like
trust
that
me,
was
this gets
basic.
way gayer. Don't worry. This gets so long. Cringe, bro.
Ah, they're going through all the fates.
And suddenly there's a choir.
I hate this. Am I the only one here that thinks that this is so obnoxious and dumb?
No, I
it's a
think
bit of
dreadful.
performance
You're
art.
not. I think it's dreadful.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I do wonder how many actors are involved in this.
In the crowd.
Every
Yeah,
What's
single
even worse
person.
is all the slack-jawed spectators like,
That's what's
what?
pissing me off, yeah. Not the people doing the stuff, it's the crowd at the moment. Like,
We need footage of more people rolling their eyes in fucking total contempt.
Getting mad because they blocked the entrance to American Eagle,
Police come steaming in and, Jedi shot down by what's his name? Paul Blart.
My hair is like it's standing on its edge. I'm cringing so hard. I'm not even
Can't
joking.
handle it anymore.
It's like
Anyway, I'll put a raccoon video in the private chat if you want to have a quick look.
I will. Okay. Pretty Cow, have you got a topic, something you want to cover today?
Yeah, why not? I'll real quickly talk about Black Phone 2 that I saw. The first Black Phone came out a few years ago, directed by the guy who did Doctor Strange movie and also recently The Gorge. It was quite a cool film at the time, set like late 70s, child abduction. Ethan Hawke played the bad guy.
Right, yeah, I haven't seen the first one, but okay, so this is the second one.
This is the second one. Without giving out too many spoilers, the first one ended in a way that you'd think there wouldn't be a second one.
Right.
Decided to do it anyway. It's mostly set at like a Christian counselor camp, which kind of put me in mind of your 1988 book. I'm nearly finished.
Right. Yeah.
And it's
I've got a
okay.
Signed
But what
copy.
it does is he does these dream sequences, because this is more about the sister than the original character, and she has these dreams, and it's kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street, where the guy attacks her through the dreams.
Right.
And it's all been filmed with like a really grainy filter and a change in frame rate that just gives it this slightly off kilter. So from a cinematographic kind of perspective, in that way, I thought it was quite cool. But other than that, it's fairly generic. It's worth watching. It's not as good as the first one. The first one is a very simple concept.
I do like the idea of I do like the idea of like upgrading the villain to supernatural now. Like,
that's what he is
a
now.
Killer in the first one, and now he's like a ghost. That's neat. But I'm sure it'll just be
it's okay. I mean, I would give it I'd give the first one like a 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10, because it was quite a tight little film.
First one's good.
This one wanders around quite a little bit, but it's still pretty good. It's got good acting in it. You know, it's a 7 out of 10 for me.
I've just seen your raccoon clip.
Oh, yeah, stick it up. It's funny.
You have to watch this.
Oh, bless him.
Not AI. So the raccoon's getting involved. They activate the defense system. He's like, fuck you, buddy.
I love it. It's great.
Knocks him over.
Oh.
Damn. Yeah, those raccoons are a real...
Raccoon is having none of it.
I mean, no, not deterred. In the league.
Black Road 2, it's all right. I mean, it is like Blue says, it's heavily Nightmare on Elm Street. Like they're trying to wake her up and stuff like that.
I haven't seen the first one. Is it worth me doing these two as a double bill for sort of?
I would watch the first one and then watch the second one, and the first one is very good.
Right. Okay.
The second one, it's a bit more supernatural, a bit more kind of all over the place, involves the sister a bit more. But what it does do, the second one, which is quite good, is it talks about things like survivors' guilt and the way that people deal with being the survivors of things.
Fucking hell, I don't know if I want to watch a film about survivors' guilt. I've only just fucking got over mine.
But this is more like
the
way, because the thing is, it's set 4 years after the first film, and it's showing the kid from the first film and what's happened to him in the interim. How he's dealing with things.
That's not helping.
So it's worth checking out. It's not great, but it's worth checking out. And the other film I saw is something I unabashedly love. It was my favourite film of 2010, even though I admit it was not the best. And it is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? That meme of Shia LaBeouf watching a film and he's just smiling.
Yeah.
That was me throughout the entire of Scott Pilgrim. I love that film.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right. Edgar Wright.
Yep, Edgar Wright. Absolutely. It's a very, very Edgar Wright-like film as well, which is probably another reason why I
does
like it.
really good comedy. He directs comedy very well.
Yeah, he's really in form in that film, in my opinion. There's so many cool little cinema tricks, and it's sort of like a moving about of the lens, and it's very sort of comic book over the top sounds. And then obviously you've got the throwbacks like 1980s video games, and it's a perfect film made for somebody like me, basically.
This is I don't know why I'm doing a lot of Stupenzo videos today, but this is a great video of a lion. We learned that I'm playing red light, green light. Man,
That's awesome.
I'm glad that window didn't break, but that face as well, it's like butter wouldn't melt.
Why not? His little teddy bear costume. Oh my god! Bless him. It's like, what's happening?
Damn, foiled by the glass again.
One of these days, I will get one.
The lion's like, shit, I forgot about the glass. Yeah, that's kind of endearing. But there you go. Okay, so Black Phone. On from Black Phone to another horror film, which I briefly mentioned earlier. I thought I'd give it a little shout out. I do like this film, Silver Bullet. That's another one that's had a little re-release recently, and it's probably one of. I'm going to say that this is probably Corey Haim's best movie. Tell me a Corey Haim film. Tell me a Corey Haim film better than this one.
This one's good. I do like Lucas. Lost Boys, probably, but he doesn't
Yeah, I was gonna say
star in that one.
Corey Haim is not the lead in
there though.
Lost Boys is an ensemble movie.
Right.
Lucas,
but
yeah, it's all right.
Lucas is all right. But yeah, he's in, what was it, License to Drive? That one's stupid.
That's dumb as fuck. That one. But I really like this movie. I really love this scene where everybody.
The humor in this.
So I want a remake. I want a remake of Silver Bullet. All right, deadly werewolf terrorizing a town, but it stars Ricky Berwick as the kid in the wheelchair, and the uncle is played by Gary Busey again.
Okay,
I think that would be insane. Just insane enough to work.
Yeah, this is like sort of on the Gary.
Rachel's thinking about
scale
it.
of
Like,
madness.
oh shit.
The last time I saw Gary Busey was Ginger Dead Man, so you know.
This is low level. This is low level madness. Gary Busey. This one.
Well, I love how he's like drinking like straight wild turkey out of the bottle in front of his young, impressionable, handicapped nephew. It's just like he's playing cards with his like handicapped, wheelchair bound nephew, drinking, like I said, wild turkey right out of the bottle, and his mom has like a problem with that, and he's like, "Oh, come on."
Oh, that's another film I saw the other day.
Just let me get drunk in front of the boy.
I'll be reviewing for Halloween, The Frighteners. Jake Busey was in that.
I love.
Yeah, we actually have the WeWatch for The Frighteners coming out next Wednesday. If I get it edited and pass copyright.
That's a great film that's massively underrated that I was lucky to see in the cinema. I saw this in the cinema as well.
Nice. I do love the Bernie Wrightson, like the what's the book called? Cycle of the Werewolf. And it's like a whole year. Yeah. So there's like there's a werewolf attack every month, So every month is like another chapter, and every month gets a cool Bernie Wrightson illustration. That was fun. See, that'd be cool to do like a remake of Silver Bullet.
I love that book.
Make it more faithful, because it's more of an ensemble movie. But and then there's also this one is a good double feature with Bad Moon, which is another uncle-centric werewolf movie. Except this time it's the uncle is the werewolf, and it's the little dog. It's the dog that knows the truth. But that one's great. Some great animal acting in that movie.
Sounds like Good Boy all over again.
Sure. Oh, you need to. If you haven't, you need to watch it. If you haven't read the book, find the book.
What would people give the Silver Bullet out of 10? What's the rating?
I give it an 8 out of 10 only because the werewolf looks like a retarded bear. He looks like a bear that has been attacked by bees, and he's also starving.
I want that on the back of the DVD.
Yeah.
A retarded bear strikes at night.
I mean, Dino De Laurentiis was famously like they were shooting a lot of this movie without the werewolf suit completed, and they wanted originally more werewolf stuff, but they so this is why they do a lot of don't show the monster in this movie out of necessity.
That's what makes the film so great. I love the scene with the fog everywhere, and
the big problem is like when they finally finished the suit, Dino De Laurentiis was not happy with it.
No.
Well, can you blame him? I mean, we'd seen things like The Howling and American Werewolf in London, and then a retarded bear shows up, and that's your werewolf.
Get the trailer voiceover guy. In a world where werewolves look like retarded bears.
So, hey, is anyone going on Nadia's channel later?
For what?
No,
I'm not.
Isn't she interviewing a
She does her horror. She does her horror Tuesdays.
She's interviewing a film director later, I think.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I'll have to watch it for sure.
Apples, a film by King Nicky, director spotlight, King Nicky. Everybody's fucking nicking my interviews idea now. But fair play though, because I'm guessing she's an indie director, relatively new, and
cool.
I'm all for promoting directors' work. So let's have a quick. What's this? Oh, that's her channel. There you go. All right, well, let's hit the subscribe button. So I'm always up for supporting other people. No matter how depressed I get, I can always talk about horror films. There you go. Critic Cow, sounds like your life. So
yeah, pretty much.
Should get her on. Yeah, The Fog. I've seen a lot of people have been talking about. I mean, obviously everyone's doing the rounds.
So underrated.
I love the original Fog.
Yeah.
I really like. Tell you what I really like about that movie is the story. I love this whole idea of, you know, that these lepers were going to come and live near the town, and the townspeople banded together and made sure that their ship got wrecked, and now they're coming back to kill the relatives of the people that banded together to do that. I remember when this came out, when it was released in the UK, which I think was probably around 81, something like that, 80. You guys would have got it in 1980, but we probably got it a bit later. So there was a trailer for this on the TV. God, the trailer scared the shit out of me, and I remember like going, "Oh, Mum, yeah, that looks good. It looks really scary. Yeah, you can't go and see that." I was like, "Oh," but then it got it got shown on telly. Not that long. I think it was on TV probably by 83, probably within a couple of years. And I remember sort of staying up to watch it because it was part of a horror season, which they also showed Carrie. I got to see Carrie at the same time. I saw a whole lot of horror films I'd never seen. It was this big sort of BBC Two season. This is probably still one of my favorite. You know, if I remove the Thing from the equation and put that in horror sci-fi, sort of without a sci-fi element, I would say this is probably one of my favorite horror films of all time, because I just think the story, the images, I love the opening where all the weird shit happens in the town. You know, they do that stuff where all the cars, like that, the petrol pumps start spewing out. This image as well is so great.
Yeah, I love this film. I think it feels so Carpenter-like as well. It really does.
Great. Yeah. They reshot a load of stuff for it. When all of the close-up shots of the makeup, that you know, like when the guy gets hit in the face and you see that it's got maggots in his face and stuff like that, none of that stuff was in the original cut of the film.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it went to the studio, and the studio was like, no, we need, I want that Blu-ray with that cover. That looks great. I want that.
Ooh,
but yeah, they were like, no, it needs, they wanted more gore in it, because I think a movie that had just been released that was quite gory, I forget which one, made a ton of money for the studio, and this hadn't yet been released. So they were like, no, we need more gore. So a lot of the stuff with, you know, somebody got punched in 2 eyeballs, didn't they? Things like that. All of that stuff got added later.
Oh, it was all pickup stuff. Okay.
As did the bit where the body falls out, and yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was added later. That's talked about in one of the on set. This is my favorite scene in the film, when the water starts dripping down from the bit of driftwood, and then suddenly the voice changes on the tape, and it's got that creepy voice. It's so good. I just love that sequence. And of course, that's what's her name, Jamie Lee Curtis's mum, isn't it? In the film, Janet Leigh, who was in the Hitchcock. So, has anyone ever been to this location of my American guests? This lighthouse?
It's in California, so no.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm sure it's been turned into, I'm sure it's been turned into
You're closer to it than me and Al.
I'm sure it's been turned into a like an In-N-Out burger or something by now.
Yeah, probably.
No, probably.
I think
this is the one where he filmed it basically on favors, wasn't it? Where just about everybody in it, he owed a favor or they owed him a favor. Came down and shot it in a very short amount of time.
Yeah,
this one always felt like a passion project for him. I don't know if I've ever seen him talk about it. To be honest, he must have.
Well, it's cool that you get Rob Bottin himself plays the main pirate.
Yeah,
the big tall one. He's a huge guy.
Don't you pronounce his surname Botine? Is somebody?
I don't like to. I mean, I've heard Botine.
Yeah,
it's Bottin.
I always thought it was Rob Bottin because that's
Rob Bottin sounds more. I don't know. It sounds like a bot fly or something more fitting with his horrific makeup he makes.
I'm told it's pronounced
I've heard
Botine.
it both ways.
I've heard it pronounced Botine. It's probably French or something.
I heard that about you, Rachel.
But yeah, the fog is just kind of like Halloween, where you have like a B horror flick, but you film it on one of these cameras in widescreen, and it just looks so much more legit.
Yeah, man. I think that's what I really love about the film more than anything else is just the look of it.
So
if you got a badass camera, that's like such a huge part of it.
And strangely enough, that's something that was being said in that BTS video, wasn't it, Lance? That the was it Richard Oakes was saying like he loved using these
anamorphic lenses.
The lenses that aren't pristine and super sort of looking and clean.
So this film was inspired when Carpenter and his then girlfriend Deborah Hill, who's one of the most successful female film producers of all time, they went to Stonehenge in the 70s, and when they got there, they witnessed an eerie fog rolling over the landscape from the distance, which definitely sounds like England in the 70s. And that's what inspired the idea, this mist rolling over the landscape. And he basically wrote all the characters after people that he'd collaborated with on previous projects, so he knew he could get them. So there was roles for people that had been in Dark Star, Halloween, all that.
No, that's a weird film, Dark Star. Jesus.
Yeah. So and then Adriana Barbeau was then later Carpenter's wife. So, there we are. Tom Atkins, is he still around? Yeah, he is. He's still around.
Yeah.
As well. And Carpenter's got a cameo in this in the beginning. He's the guy that's cleaning in the church.
So I just thought we're going to have to talk about John Carpenter in the past tense on one of these, and that's going to suck.
He's getting on a bit.
Let's not even think about that yet.
He's getting on a bit.
No, he's touring at the moment. He's doing his music stuff. He's doing gigs and stuff. So that's still active. That's cool.
I have found the lighthouse, and I'm pleased to report that it is currently not an In-N-Out burger. So yeah, Point Riaz, I think, or
it's a McDonald's.
There you go. Unusual location for a McDonald's.
I don't know. A drive-through there could be a bit of a problem, to be fair.
Yeah. So the fog. I've got to give the fog for me is a 9 out of 10. Actually, I'm gonna have to recalibrate for Last Dragon and give it an 8 because I can't give the Last Dragon a higher rating than the fog. That's just not right. But the fog was one of the first horror films I ever watched. It's still one of the best horror films I've ever seen. Made on a budget of $1.1 million. When you think about how great it looks and the scale of it and just the way you feel there's a really big story going on, but actually it's quite a small film. I think it's fantastic. They made that god awful remake in 2005. And,
thankfully, I've not seen that.
It was like they basically
You're
tried to make it like,
nothing.
Yeah, they tried to make it like a Scream kind of movie. A group of kids. Sort of thing,
God, no!
It's terrible. It's
well,
terrible.
20-somethings, but it had Tom Welling in it right off of his being, kind of Superman. We don't want to say it's Superman, but he is Superman. Wink, wink.
And I mean, it was shot by. The Fog was shot by Dean Cundy, and Dean Cundy would work with Carpenter a few times. He shot The Thing, he shot Escape from New York, and the last time he worked with him was on Big Trouble in Little China. He also did the Back to the Future trilogy. He did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Roadhouse, the good one, Jurassic Park, the good one, Apollo 13, you know. So yeah, I mean, he's done some films, you know. Toxic was bored to death with The Fog. Yeah, well, you know.
Well, just for that, you're not invited back. No, kidding.
Yeah. I know you're
Toxic
looking
also
forward
preferred Alien Romulus to the first Alien film. So
Oh my god! Well, Toxic. I know you. Toxic. I know you're looking forward to doing Toxic Wednesdays soon. So, yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. Well, we're going to wrap it up soon. Has anybody got anything they wanted to shout out that's a miss or a hit or whatever that we've missed? Sorry.
One thing I'm really looking forward to is Catherine Bigelow's new film coming out on Netflix this Friday.
What is it?
House of Dynamite.
A House of Dynamite.
That looks amazing.
I can't wait.
I have to
She
see
directed
that.
my favorite film of all time. I can't wait. She's been retired or semi-retired for so long now. I just the fact that we've got a really sort of competent, famous female creative. I can't, you know.
I like her. I haven't even seen the trailer for this. What is it about?
It's just like from what I can tell, just kind of an actiony film.
It's a nuclear
I don't know
missile
what's about.
scare.
That's
missile scare.
Yeah.
That's such a great. It's an actiony film. An actiony film.
Yeah.
It's one of those actiony.
It's going to be a bunch of people in fucking control rooms talking about what to do about the big missile coming their way.
Literally, all I know about it is it's got Idris Elba in it. That's pretty much all I know, and it's directed by Catherine Bigelow. I'm not even kidding.
Just giving a shout out to Toxic Thursday.
I think I want to say that
open bar. Good timing.
I want to say that movie's going to be kind of more predictive programming, trying to just get us
radars
ready
at
for-
Fort Greely, Alaska, detect a nuclear missile. The president and his entourage must use the limited time they have to try and shoot down the missile before it reaches Chicago. There's your
Probably
synopsis.
I wanna
set
watch
in real time.
Let's watch the trailer.
Well, I mean,
Point. It keeps the bill in check. Keeps the world straight. They see how prepared we are. No one starts a nuclear war.
Oh, Jason Clark.
Approximately
nice.
we detected an ICBM over the Pacific. Current flight trajectory is consistent with impact somewhere in the continental United States.
Have we seen that country before? No.
Is this real?
Stratcom is asking for launch instructions right now. I'm gonna need you to breathe.
We are talking about hitting a bullet with a bullet.
So it's a fucking coin toss? That's what $50 billion buys us?
Get in the car and just start driving.
If we do not take steps to neutralize our enemies now, we will lose our window to do so.
If we get this wrong, none of us are going to be alive tomorrow.
There is no plan B.
We did everything right? We did every fucking thing right.
None of this makes sense.
Right.
Making all these bombs and all these plans. The walls are just ready to blow.
Wow. I like the look of that. I have to say.
Yeah, man. I look forward to it.
What a cast as well. I mean, Jason Clark. You know what? I think I might go.
It's
and
more
see that.
it's more Obama propaganda. It's the Obamas trying to get us ready for some bullshit they got ready.
So,
You.
oh, did we get paused?
These fuckers want war. They want war. You understand? They're trying to gear us up for war.
Well, yeah. I mean, everything. Did you see the trailer for the new documentary series called Marines?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
if that
God.
wasn't a prelude to, by the way, guys, you know, come and join the Marines now because, you know, war is happening. I mean, that's basically what that documentary says.
So it's basically a recruitment video.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, sadly for their plan, I hate to bust it. I hate to break it to these people, but Trump Daddy's he's the peacemaker. All right, I'm sorry. He's just there is going to be no World War III. That's the problem. That's why they're freaking out.
He is a peacemaker. I'll give you that. But
the sooner the sooner that America loses a great war and we dismantle the Constitution, the sooner they can just turn us all into slaves worldwide.
We'll see what happens, man. I have a feeling that it's slightly more complicated than that. But
but yeah, it has the Dynamite got decent reviews. Hopefully,
let's move away from the politics for the day. Yeah, it has it been released anywhere else yet?
It's got reviews, but it's not been released anywhere because it is just Netflix. But it's got obviously press reviews and things like that. Empire gave it 4.
It's got 35 user reviews, so it must have screened at like either the London Film Festival, which is on now.
Weird. Because I looked for it earlier and it says not till Friday on Netflix, but maybe that's just over here.
No, there's.
Oh no, there you go. Select theaters, October 10th.
Yeah,
it's already out in theaters. I was going to say it's screened.
It's already out.
It did some screenings. There's a cam version of it online that I didn't watch, but
enjoyable. I mean,
soon.
It looks like Crimson Tide, but in the bowels of the White House kind of thing, or bowels of the mountain.
The
mountain.
It's like the sum of all fears, but hopefully done better.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean,
All Fears is a turd. I don't like that
film. Bigelow's got she's got pedigree and she's got sort of experience in this kind of thing, this kind of taut thriller. I'm going into it really hoping that I'm going to get something that I really like. I'll be bummed as hell if it's not very good, but it's got a great cast. Catherine Bigelow, as I said, directed Strange Days, my favorite film of all time. I'm excited for it, man. I
do like that movie. I will say, I do like that movie.
Andrew Bassett in that film.
I don't know why I'm searching to see if this is on at my local cinema, because right now, and I would go and see this on the big screen, I don't have any money.
Yeah, I would have. I don't know if it actually got a UK release though. We've only got a view here, so
no, yeah, it's not on here. It does say limited. Oh well, I mean, it's on Netflix
like
a
Friday,
week later. Yeah, I might as well just wait for that. It's on in a few days, isn't it?
Yeah. So I figured that you'd probably talk about that next week then, so that'd be good.
I'm almost guaranteed as soon as we get off of this stream, I'm going to get a copyright flag for showing that trailer.
That sucks, man. I hate the trailers because like you're advertising the fucking
film.
Well,
we're not only we looking at it, we're going, hey, this looks good. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's like a free fucking advert. Oh, wait, look at this. $20. You've got a real talent for writing, Lance. Really enjoyed 7 Magnificent Egos. Loads of great laughs in there. Great acting all round too. Manos stood out. Manos is the actor who played Yul Brynner. I've seen his interview. It was like night and day seeing him on stage. Yeah, it was great fun. We had tremendous laughs.
I saw there was a chap with a camera there. Is there a plan to release a recorded version?
There is. Well, we're just doing a recording for the cast for their show reels, and
that's a shame because my dad would have loved that show.
Well,
I loved that play.
There is going to be an edit of it online that people can watch. That's basically for like our producer that couldn't be there and
gotcha.
Stuff like that. It's not for public consumption. That's not to say that I might not send you the link for your dad to watch for a 24-hour period or something.
No, he would love that. I mean, yeah, I loved the play, man. I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant.
That's me on stage with the actor Toby Watts, who played Horst Buchholz.
And horse buttholes.
Yeah, and then I do. It's really great because I call him Horse Buttholes when that's my line in that picture. I'm going introducing Horse Buttholes, and he's like, it's Horst Buchholz, and then for the rest of the play I'm going Horst like that for the rest of the show.
He's got this really effeminate German accent as well that he's putting on. It's brilliant.
Yeah. We partied like it was 1967. Yeah, it was. We had tremendous fun with it, and I mean, people were just laughing all the way through. And you saw it. I think actually the performance that you came to was probably the best one. It was the one with the fewest mistakes. and it just was really good. But
Yeah,
I love
really enjoyable. You can get there's a book of some description of it, isn't there? Was that a screenplay?
The actual play itself was published on Amazon, but I'm just about to do a massive rewrite of it. But
okay.
It's gonna be cut down a little bit, and I'm just gonna tweak a few things.
Cool.
That's one of my lines in the play. I'm gonna get a new writer on, tweak a few things.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I wasn't expecting you to be in it quite so much, but you had quite a meaty.
Well, when I thought I've got to be in this play, there's only 2 roles I could really do. I could either shave my head and play Yul Brynner, or no one else will want to do it. And I was up for it. I was up for doing that and embodying the role. Or, but I don't really look like him. But I could have just got the bald head and gone for it. And I thought, or I can play Brad Dexter, who's doubled with John Sturges. And I'm thinking, I hadn't read the play for ages because I wrote it in 2017. And I was like, Brad Dexter, he's not in the play very much, is he? And John Sturges is the director. I don't think he's in it that much. So I thought that's good because John Sturges is the same age as me, so I feel like I can do that and not look like a tit on stage. Then when I started reading it, I was like, fuck, John Sturges is in the play loads. This is like loads to learn. So I was like cutting my lines wherever I could and giving them to other actors and stuff. But no, we had really good time with it, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's great. I thought all the actors were brilliant. The guy who's Yul Brynner, man, he had his mannerisms and everything. It was so good.
He was. It was great. I had a good team. Everybody worked really hard, and we had some stuff go missing when we were doing the Get Out, which was really annoying. But
that sucks.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. But
very well attended as well. There was I'm not speaking it up. There was a lot of people.
I mean, we needed, but the problem was we needed 50 paying tickets in every night really to break even.
Gotcha.
And we had 2 nights where we had around 35 to 40. And then we had a couple of nights that were sold out, but still only just 50 paying tickets. We had quite a few guests and stuff like that. So I think basically there's going to be enough money to cover the expenses and pay everybody what I agreed to pay them, but I don't think I'm going to be able to pay myself my actor's fee, let alone my director's fee, which is the same as the other actors with £300. It's nothing.
Must be nice to be able to just finally get it done, though, especially after making. I'm saying all the stuff I was going to say in the interview when I interview you, so I'll shut up now.
Yeah, I mean, I did get to the point where I was worried that play would ever get on, because I'd done it. I'd looked at doing it so many times, 2019 and then 2021 and then 2023, and it just didn't happen. But anyway, okay, we're going to wrap up there. Stupenzo, great to be on your breakfast show the other day, which was a really bizarre experience. And I just missed the conjoined twins sex fest section. But what have you got coming up next week?
Well, I'm 30 subs away, about 20-something subs away from another karaoke party. So I'm hoping to throw a karaoke party around my birthday this weekend. So if you haven't subbed already, go ahead. And if you got alts or people that would like Mystery Science Theater, Red Letter Media, Best of the Worst, EFAP movies, style stuff, it's a good place to be. Also, we'll be watching more weird stuff. Probably be doing like birthday streams Thursday and Sunday night. I think we got Creep Show 2 full-length commentary is the movie this week because Quicksilver Highway from last week was so bad. I figured we should make up for it by doing a good movie. And it's funny, Blue Collar was there, high on weed gummies, and my cousin Thunderqueef was also there falling asleep. Me and Dudicus watched the whole movie. It's fun. It was a good one. He liked it. He had never seen it before. As much as I love the raft story, I forgot how twisted the hitchhiker story was. It's so grotesque and disgusting. I loved it. But yeah, we got live streams every Sunday night and occasional streams Thursdays. And once I get to 750, we'll do a karaoke party, and then it'll be on the road to 1,000 subs Yeah, and got a lot of other spooky movies we're going to be doing all through November. We're going to keep carrying spooky season well into Thanksgiving territory. So it'll be fun. I'm excited.
Fabulous. Okay. Who else?
I've got some catching up to do on videos, so I will be doing reviews of Black Phone 2, Scott Pilgrim, and also The Frighteners, as well as various other videos I've got planned. I've got a tribute video to Drew Struzan planned as well, because he was a very important part of my teenager years with film posters and things. I just seen that Blue said he's in the cinema now. He's about to watch Event Horizon. The first time I saw that film, I was absolutely off my tits on various substances. I should say no more than that. Not recommended. Not recommended at all.
That's not a good film.
Bit where
doing that kind of thing with.
Oh, not that film. No, not at all. About the time when the blood started running down the walls, my brain just went, nope. I'm out.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up there because it's coming up to midnight, and I'm pretty knackered. Rachel Percy has also got artwork available.
Wow. I also have a panel that's going to have stuff on it now. Thank God.
Hang on, you're doing a panel?
Well, it's not a panel. It's just me and one other person right now. We did all the Halloween films last week. We finally got that off the ground. It only took 2 weeks to do it.
Whose channel is this? On your YouTube channel?
It's on mine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the Rebel Rose channel.
I'll be
What did you think
invite.
of The Curse of Michael Myers with Paul Rudd?
Oh my God. A completely unnecessary, ridiculous sequel. But,
Well, what do you think
these
is the
are
worst
movies
Halloween sequel? H2O?
The worst Halloween sequel. No, that one ranked really high with both of us, actually.
Was Halloween Ends that low? It's bad, right?
Halloween Ends. Honestly, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends were my lowest two. And 6 was right above those two.
So when is your next,
tomorrow...
When is your next stream?
Tomorrow we're going to do the Scream franchise, which, if I can get it all done, I'm still getting all the slides together. But yeah, we're gonna do Scream tomorrow, and mostly it's just when franchises really should die. But we're gonna try and
that was
cover
the last one, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
really.
Join me on Friday for my next industry interview with the fantastic cinematographer of All in Good Time, Richard Oakes. He's also a producer and director in his own right. He's done many movies. He's currently working on his latest Jinx, and he's shot a lot of music videos. He's going to be a fantastic guest. So, Rach, if you're available, let me know if you want to co-host on that one.
Sure.
We've got to get at least 10 beard jokes in on the interview. So Proctorfile has said, I'm on my way. Yep, one of my mods has already put in your channel, Rebel Rosie T. So I look forward to getting my guest contract sent over. So I look forward to receiving that. All right, fantastic. That's it from us. We're going to be back next Tuesday for Nielsen Ratings. Back on Friday at 8 o'clock. I've got some other interviews that I'm trying to pin down that are going to happen in the next 2 weeks. A couple of DJs coming on from the London rave scene. So, yeah, look out for those as well. They're always good. They're always interesting interviews. Until then, we're going to do this ending today.